Hi everyone, my name is Betania Tavera. Today I'm going to talk about the Selfie Giant. That is one of the short story that was discussed in our class using the short history elements. Okay, let's start it. The Selfie Giant. This short history was written by Oscar Wilde. It is one of the histories that we analyzed in this class using the short history elements, as I mentioned before. This history takes place in the giant's garden, that is the setting. The characters are the giant, mean, selfish, the children, curious, joyful, and the special child, that is good. The conflict of this history is that the giant doesn't want the child play in his garden. It is a kind of man versus circumstance, and it is an internal conflict. The plot started when one day the giant came back because he had visited a friend. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in his garden. He cried in a very gruff voice, and the children ran away. So he built a high wall all around it and put it a notice board. The poor children had nowhere to play. They tried to play in different places, but they did not like them. Then the spring came, and all over the country there were little blossoms and the little birds. Only in the garden of the selfie giant it was still winter. The birds did not care to sing in it, as there were no children, and the trees forgot to bloom. Spring has forgot in the garden. The snow covered up the grass with her great white cloak, and the frost painted all the trees silver. Then they invited the north wind to stay with them, and he came. The selfish giant could not understand why the spring was so late in coming. He sat at the window and looked out at his cold white garden. But the spring never came, nor the summer, because he is too selfish. So it was always winter there. One morning the giant heard a linnet singing outside his window and was in his window and was astonished to find the spring weather had finally came to his garden. He saw the cows some children had snuck through the hole in his wall and were playing in his garden. He saw a small boy crying because he could not reach the lowest branches. This corner of the garden was still covered in snow. The giant was moved by pity, realizing how selfish had been. He entered the garden. The children flew and winter returned, but he left the little crying boy and placed in his garden, telling the children the garden was theirs now. The children returned to play, and the garden returned to spring once more. The children returned, but the crying boy had vanished. Over the years, the giant grew old and watched the children play from his armchair. One day he saw the small boy under the same tree, which had returned beautiful and white. The giant approached and saw the boy had wonders on his hands and feet. He asked the boy who injured him, so that the giant may avenge him. But the child said they were wounds of love, that they were the wounds of love. And as the giant allowed him to play in his garden, so would the boy took the giant to his garden in paradise. Later, the other children found the giant lying dead under the tree, covered in white bloom. The things are humility, salvation, compassion, kindness, arrogance, loneliness, love, and pain. That was all for this video. Thank you so much.